welcome to Chess Analyzer. I am Arnav and I'm gonna show you tricks for d4 and against d4. The first trick will be for black, so let's start. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3 and d5. It doesn't matter how this position arrives. For example, d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, knight f6. The main motive is to achieve this position. After this, white will play bishop to g5. Over here you will set up a trap by playing knight to d7. If your opponent does not fall into the trap, then it's okay. You can develop your bishop and you can castle and continue the game. But if your opponent is greedy and he goes and he captures this pawn, as you will get the pawn in free, as this knight is pinned, you will capture the pawn again, and after knight captures pawn, you will sacrifice your queen by playing knight into d5. If your opponent is greedy, you would capture the queen because his knight has gone, and after bishop to b4 check, which is a very brilliant move, queen will come in the middle because there is no other move, and after queen comes, we have bishop into d2 check, king into d2, and we capture the bishop. This is how we be a piece up. The next trick is for white, which is in d4, d5, e4, which is in Blackmore Gambit. And after this pawn takes the knight to c3, you would support this pawn by knight. After this you play f3, it turns into a gambit. After he captures, we capture with the queen, giving a chance to capture the pawn. The best move in this position for black to survive is not capture the pawn but develop. If you are white and you are setting this trap and black does not fall into the trap, don't worry. You are having a very nice position. Your bishops are free, your knights are developed, and you are ready to castle. While black, his position is compressed. He needs at least 5 moves to develop his pieces, but you only need 3. And he needs more 6th move he will castle, but he will castle on the 2nd move itself. So over here, if your opponent captures the pawn, you will play bishop to e3. If your opponent goes back, then you have rook to d1. If your opponent plays bishop to d7, then his pawn goes and you are equal. If he plays knight to d7, then his bishop is blocked. He has no development. You can simply play bishop to c4 and knight to e2. If you play something like d6, knight e2, and then castle on the next move. So Magnus Carlsen once played this line. He would play queen b4, which is the best move possible. You castle in this position, and if your opponent is greedy, he would play bishop to g4 in order to skewer and get the rook. Over here you would play a nice move, that is knight to b5, which would threaten a checkmate. If your opponent captures the queen, knight to c7 is checkmate. If your opponent captures the knight over here, then you would capture his queen, give a check. After you play c6, you play queen to g3, save the queen. If he captures your rook, you will retreat your bishop, and this position is fine because black is lags in development. He has to save his bishop first, and this position is equally good for white. If your opponent plays something like d5, you play knight into c7. King has only one move, e7, and you play queen into b7 in order to attack the queen. If he captures, then it's bishop to c5 checkmate because king has no moves. If your opponent plays something else, that is knight to e6, he would play first queen into b7. If he plays rook to d8, then you capture. If king captures, then this position is also fine as you get a free piece over here. If your opponent plays rook to b8, then it's queen into rook, and knight into c7 checkmate. If your opponent plays rook to c8, then it's queen into rook checkmate. And these were all the options possible. If he plays something else which is completely different, then no worries, you just concentrate on giving a checkmate. And if he plays knight to a6, then you play queen into b7. As I said, if he plays queen, then you can capture the queen with the bishop. If queen is captured with the bishop, you give knight to c7 checkmate. So guys, this is for all, and please, if you like the video, please like it and do subscribe my channel for such interesting traps and tricks. And please visit my channel. And that's for all. Thank you guys. Bye.